So you introduce yourself as a Korean liquor sommelier.
Yes.
We all know that a sommelier is a wine professional. But what exactly is the job of a Korean liquor sommelier? What exactly is it that you do?
So Korean liquor sommelier or 전통주 sommelier is more of a new thing in Korea, and there are very few of us in the industry, so not that many people are aware of what we do. We are in charge of the Korean liquor and wine expert, and we are here to educate the consumers on the Korean drinks.
I see. So sommeliers usually they recommend certain wines, and there's wine pairing as well, so they're in charge of that. So I guess you focus mainly on Korean liquors and wines.
Yes.
Now, a representative, I guess, Korean traditional alcohol or Korean liquor that comes to mind, that first comes to mind is 막걸리 for me.
Yes.
But what exactly are Korean liquors that are considered to be traditional, when we say really traditional liquors or Korean traditional wines? What's considered to be traditional?
Right. So in Korean liquor law, the definition of 전통주, which is Korean traditional drink, has a variety of different types. And the first one is takju, which tak means cloudy. So when you drink it, you shake it, and it becomes cloudy, so that's why it's called takju.
I see.
And the 막걸리 that you've mentioned is essentially more of a lower alcohol content takju. So it's a watered down takju. So that's why it's much easier to drink. It's it's lighter. It's also easier to drink on such a hot day. And then there is a clear wine, which is called 약주. And then if you distill 약주, it becomes soju.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. So soju is much higher in alcohol percentage because it's a distilled spirit. And then interestingly, in the definition of the 전통주, it also includes Korean wine, fruit wine. It's a wine fermented with Korean local fruits like omija, pear, or persimmon.
Oh, persimmon and pear.
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting.
And there are also requirements to be considered as 전통주 as well. So it has to be first drink made by 식품명인, which is the Grand Master of Korean drinks. Then secondly, it's drink Korean registered as Korean intangible cultural asset. And then thirdly, it's drinks made by farmers or breweries using local Korean ingredients. So there are about over 700 registered breweries and wineries in Korea around the whole country. And there are more than 2,000 kinds of drinks. And most of them are 막걸리, but they also include 약주, soju, and Korean wine.
That's amazing.
Yes.
How many have you tried?
Out of 2,000, I've probably tried about 400 kinds.
400, that's a large number. Do you plan to continue to try more and more? Are you trying for 2,000?
Well, hopefully I'll get to that number. But for now, yes, every time I see a new drink, I always have to try it. And I, take notes so that I can remember.
Hey, this may be an odd question, but do you drink well? Do you enjoy drinking?
I enjoy the company. I'm pretty good. I can handle myself.
And this is what you do. So you've got to have your favorites. Which 3 kinds of liquors or traditional wines would you recommend our viewers to try? What are the must-tries, the 3 must-tries, and why?
So that question always comes up, and it's always a tough question because I love them all.
Yes.
But I do have favorite, and those 3 drinks actually here I brought these 3 with me today. So the first one you see is called 천비향.
Okay.
It's 약주.
The tallest bottle.
Yes, the tallest bottle. And this 천비향 is actually for me first love.
Really?
And this drink is the reason why I decided to come into the 전통주 industry. The first time I tried this drink was back in 2014. I went to an event hosted by Chef Royden. He was doing 전통주 pairing with French food. And to me, that was such a new experience, 전통주 and French food. And I really loved it. And it's made with rice, but it's got such a mellow sweetness, and it's got nice fruity and nutty flavor that I just couldn't believe that it was made out of rice. So this is my first love.
Okay.
And then, along the way, you meet new love. So that's the 풍정사계, which is the middle one. So this is another type of yakju.
I see.
This one is also made with 100% rice, but this one has a slightly more citrusy flavor to it, and it has a slight bitter finish as well. So it's quite refreshing, and it's something that you keep going back to because that nice bitterness kind of lingers after that. You keep thinking about that was very nice.
Maybe I'll try another sip.
Yes. So then after a few number of loves here and there, you get your heart broken, and then you finally mature to enjoy the sweet bitterness. And the last one, kamongno, for me is an adult drink. So it's kamongno is soju, so it's quite stronger, and that one is infused with many different spices. So it's definitely a sip and drink for me. When I'm home alone and have lots of things on my mind, I just pour myself a small glass and just sip and enjoy, and think about life.
Oh, I'd love to try all of these. Yes, well, soju also, as I mentioned, I didn't know that there were so many different types and kinds of makgeolli.
Yes.
I've also learned that there are many different kinds of sojus out there as well. It's a very pretty bottle for a soju as well. I'm also curious how the foreigners responded. How did they like Korean liquors or traditional wines? What did they say about it?
I must say, overall, people had a very positive experience. But obviously, people, depending the region and the country they're from, they will have different preference on what kind of drinks they will like. So from my experience, the folks visiting from the Asian countries tend to like takju or makgeolli better.
Is there a reason why?
I guess they're just more familiar with the rice, and the texture of the cloudy drink. And then the Europeans or Americans, the English speakers, they tend to prefer yakju or soju. Because that's something texture-wise, that's something that they're more familiar with. So it's for me, it's quite interesting to see. Okay, well, it's obviously drink is a very personal choice, but that kind of I can kind of group that into the categories of where they're from.
Clear ocean in Jeju Island's lingo. So this brewery is located in the Jeju Island.
After hearing detailed explanations of each traditional liquor from sommelier Jisung Chun, they get to taste it. What do the foreigners think?
Kind of smells sweet. It smells very sweet.
You get to taste a really nice nuttiness, sweetness, and very burning, sharp flavor.
Oh, rest in peace, my throat.
But you can tell. Too strong for you?
Too strong. Oh my goodness. Her explaining anything and everything about the alcoholic drinks, I was engaged in what she was saying. I really liked it. I was just so into it.
So the part that, this is the part that's the best part of my job, that I get to actually educate others on Korean alcohol and let other people about, Korea does have more than just the makgeolli and the green bottle soju that you normally see in the market.